show you some things inside. You'll see many representations of the state seal around the property and in the house. And your first one is right here. As you walk in the front door, we've got the state seal right in front of the steps here. We're going to go right into the foyer, and we'll stop in the foyer to introduce you to the house inside.
Sure.
All right, you're in the foyer here. Thank you. I see people with cameras. Let me talk about that. You're welcome to take pictures in the house, but please do not use a flash on any artwork. And I'm sure you've been told that when you've gone to other historic places or museums. Flash, the intensity of a flash will destroy paint and fabric too. So I'm sure you've heard that before, but welcome to take general pictures. Now, we mentioned the house was in pretty bad shape when Celeste moved in. So what you're seeing here is what's happened in the house since the 1980s as far as the decoration and renovations go. For instance, the Rhodes had put wall-to-wall green indoor-outdoor carpeting glued down over the floors. Wood floors and slate floors, which again are characteristic of this type of architecture. So you don't see those anymore. That's one thing that changed here. The color of the walls here, when the Tafts were in the house, these were kind of a cream-colored wall. The Stricklands wanted to highlight these stone archways and the woodwork, so they got painted it green. So this is some changes that have just been made here recently, and it's painted.
And that can be changed with each governor?
Right.
They have the right to change it.
Right.
Is this painting of anybody up here?
Well, we can look at that painting right now if you'd like to. You're going to have to step around because you're getting a glare off the window here to see that. Sure, we can mention that right now. See that? You really have to get kind of over there to avoid the glare from the window.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that painting is done by Howard. Oh, I'm sorry. Howard Chandler Christie.
Yeah.
Now, you were at the State House, I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, did you see his painting, the large canvas? And he's really known, too, for his large historical canvases. The signing of the Treaty of Greenville. You get the Indian with the wampum.
We didn't get too far.
It's often in history books, too, but he does that kind of work, too. But he did a lot of, other types of canvases. This is a picture of Elise Ford and her daughter Holly, and Miss Ford was Christie's mistress, and that's her daughter. You don't tell that story to school children. We do that on stage. But all the paintings that he did of Miss Ford, she donated them to the Ohio Historical Society, and that's where it was found, in a warehouse by Janet Wyandot.
Now, who did you say she was a mistress of whom?
The painter.
No. She was the mistress of the painter?
The painter.
Oh.
That's their daughter.
Okay. I thought you said she was mistress of one of the governors.
No.
And I'm surprised you keep the picture. That's pretty good.
No, mistress of the Howard Chandler Christie. And Holly didn't know the existence of this painting until years later. And she did come here and not too long, several years ago, to see the painting hanging here. So that's on loan to the Ohio Historical Society. All the artwork is on loan.
I just love
and it's all Ohio artists. So we'll point out some as we go through here. Some other things in the foyer you might be interested in. These torchieres and the settee are from that Governor's Mansion over on Broad Street. So they've been used for a long time. The trestle table behind you is from the Jeffrey Carlisle family. When Janet Voinovich was First Lady, she got Janet Carlisle, who was the daughter of Florence Carlisle, the one that donated the house to Janet Carlisle and her husband are the ones that donated the house to the state. Mrs. Wyandot was able to get them to donate a lot of original pieces back, and we'll point those out too, but that's one of them. We like to feature Ohio manufacturers here in the house, and the lamps that you see originally were gas, but are now electrified. Those were made by the Fostoria glass company, and we've got a matching pair in the governor's study, which you'll see too. And then you'll see the two chairs over here, and that's a set of what we call the Buckeye Suite of furniture. Janet Wyandot wanted to furnish the house to look like an English manor house, which kind of had heavy type furniture. So she commissioned this set of furniture. It has 8 chairs, 4 stools, and a settee, and you'll see that those a little later here. You'll notice you can see why they call it the Buckeye Suite, because she took a branch from the Buckeye tree in the backyard and sent it to Virginia craftsmen to design the furniture, and that's where they came from. The other thing you'll see is pieces of furniture that were made in the prison system here in Ohio when they had workshops to rehabilitate prisoners and give them a skill to take with them after they were released. The frames on these mirrors were made by members of the Mansfield Reformatory, and you'll see some other pieces like that also through the house. So any other questions? Please feel free to ask questions.
Does OPI still exist? Ohio Penal Industries?
Well, somewhat, because the interns that we have in the garden are horticultural interns from the Pickaway County Correctional Institute. So now I don't know what other kind of things they do. I don't either. But I know they do have that horticultural program.
Okay.
Yeah. And you'll see them also, they train dogs. They train. I just saw a piece in the news the other day about training horses. So, yeah, but I don't know what all the different programs are, yeah.
Because I know a number of years ago it was mandated that county and city governments had to buy from OPI.
Oh.
And they made, at that time, they made wood and metal, like office furniture. They had cleaning supplies that they produced. They had a lot of things, but the sub-government agencies were mandated to buy from OPI, and it was all inmates that did that stuff.
Pretty good idea. Okay, we'll skip into the living room here, and